Welcome back to Savvy Seniors. Today I have someone special on the show, and before we show her to you, I'm going to let you guess who it is because she's very famous by her voice.
Morning, Mary, or is it good afternoon, Mary?
We don't. It'll be evening.
It'll be evening.
By the time this goes on. My guest today is Sunni Genesco from Legend 102.9. I'm very lucky that Sunni and I have become friends over the years, and we try and beat each other at golf. And when she's not out on the golf course, because if you can't find her, that's where she is.
Usually. And the thing is, you think about golf and how many years I've been playing golf, and you've been playing golf for a while, and I'm still at the same pace, like the same level as I was like 8 billion years ago.
The first time I met you on the golf course, I had already known you, and I said, wow, you're a really good golfer. And you said, well, I've had 9,782 lessons. And I just thought that was the funniest thing I've ever heard. So when she's not on the golf course, you are on the radio every morning.
Yeah.
And you've been there for 100 years?
33.
I
A little less than
100,
but 33 years. Hosting a morning show with Matt Hayes on Legend 102.9.
Yep.
And we've been together. I've been there 33 years. Matt and I have been working together 32, which really, in morning radio, to work with someone because you're in close proximity of each other for that amount of time, in real life years, that's the equivalent to probably being married 75 years.
Yeah. And you two are so good together.
Well, and you know what's an interesting thing, when the two of us got together to do the show, he came on, and what happened was he came on, he said, well, I'm just going to, he was a fill-in for a short period of time, and it was like, let's see how it goes. And let's see how it goes resulted in 32 years of working together.
Beautiful. I don't want to talk about him.
I know. So
I
anyway,
talk about you.
He's finished. Yes, let's talk about me.
He's done.
Yeah, he's
Get
finished.
Rid of Matt.
It's time to talk about me.
Bye, Matt. One thing that people don't know about you is that you do a lot of volunteer work. I mean, you're always working, you work weekends, you go, you're going to the stores to do promotions, but you do a lot of volunteer work.
You know, the interesting thing about volunteer work, and it's funny, this happened to be about 4 months ago, a lady came up to me and said to me, you know, Sunni, you do so much volunteer work, you must get paid a lot of money to do that. And I kind of looked at her and I was really surprised at that. And I said, volunteer, the word volunteer is volunteer. You don't go out and get paid to do any of that stuff. You go out there because you honestly feel this need or want to be part of the community and help people out the best way you can. And that's always been something about me. You know, you don't do it for the accolades. You look to see that it's going to help people in some way.
Yeah. And you had a friend that had cancer, and so you do a lot of volunteering with cancer.
A lot of work with cancer, and a lot of work with the homeless. A lot of work. I mean, Good Shepherd is one of my organizations that is very near and dear to me, and I try to get out and do as many functions in that direction. But no matter what it is, I think that there's so many people in our age group, because you and I are sort of in the same age group.
Yeah, she's a little bit older than me. And she's a little. I think she's a year older than me.
365 days.
Yeah.
But they always say their lives aren't quite fulfilled. You do get a lot of fulfillment from volunteering, from getting out there and helping out. It feels good to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I think that's fabulous, and I know that you do a lot of that, so I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
So another thing people probably don't know about you, I've got dirt on her, but I won't, not now.
I hope it's good dirt.
Because she has dirt on me too, so we're not going to talk about that. Every morning I get up, the first thing I do is I walk in my kitchen and go, Alexa, put on 102.9.
Right.
And I hear you talking, and every day you and Matt are talking about different topics and subjects, interesting stuff, funny stuff, you kid around with each other. You told me once that you get up like an hour or so earlier every morning to go over what's happening in the news and in the social circles so that you have something fresh and interesting to talk about every day. Like, you really prepare.
Well, and you have to. I think when I first started doing morning radio, you would get together after a morning show and talk about what you were going to prepare for the next day.
Right.
But look what's around us now with social media and all these other sort of services that come across. So what you may be thinking of doing the night before going into the next day, it's all
could
news.
Change.
It's changed. It's done.
Yeah.
So I get up fairly early and I go in and I'm checking everything out.
Yeah.
Because we could be saying, so and so, like we give up maybe an entertainment example to Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban.
Yeah.
They were separated. They've gotten separated. By 24 hours later, they could be back together again. Who knows? So I'm constantly.
I don't think so. I think he had an affair with the
I think something's
girl.
going on there.
So
Yeah, it gets juicy
together.
and all that other stuff. But I think it's really important to be as current as possible, because everybody that's listening is one step ahead of you too. It's all like, I always think you got to know a little bit about everything, but you have to make sure that the stuff that you know is as current as possible.
Yeah. How do you not talk about politics?
Well, I think because our show isn't geared that way. I think if there's obvious things, we get involved, but I think what we want to be is the alternative to that.
Okay.
So there's so much out there politically, good, bad, and different, whatever you want to do, but sometimes you just want that kind of escape. So we kind of provide you with the other stuff that can kind of make your morning. I mean, hey, we all have our personal views about that.
Yeah.
You know what they always say when you're at a party, subjects to stay away from: politics, religion.
Sex, religion.
So yeah, all the other stuff,
Yeah.
So I think that we provide something completely different for listeners. And I think you and I were talking just before I came here today, and I said something about not feeling well or feeling sick or whatever. Some mornings Matt and I will come on the air and go, I'm not feeling well today. The listeners love to hear that, but after that, they want to be entertained. So you can say, hey, I'm just like you, I don't feel good today, but I'm here and I want to make you feel good about yourself, and feel good about what's going on. So we kind of take it that way. That's the direction we've chosen with the Sunny and Hayes show.
And it's great because honestly, I don't even want to listen to the news these days.
Well, and the thing is, it's good, better, and different, like I said before. Yeah, you need to escape that sometimes.
Yeah.
And you get enough of it through other social media sources anyway. So,
totally.
Yeah, I think it's very important to just we kind of stay focused on what we're doing.
Okay.
And it's worked for us all these years.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So you get up so early in the morning. I often ask Sunny to come out at night with me, and she never can because you go to bed at 8:30?
Something like that I'll go. Because I'm a really early riser. And I think for so long, because this shift is so early in the morning, because we're 5:30 to 10 every morning, I think a lot of the time when I was trying to get used to this kind of schedule, I was trying to live the life of a 9-to-5er.
Yeah.
But you cannot do that, and you got to listen to your body and go to bed early, and that's just the way this shift works.
Yeah.
And I love what I do, so you can do that. I'll try to do the late nights and try to make it. It doesn't. Hey, I'm paying the price for it this week. I'm just as obsessed as everybody else with the Blue Jays and what's going on. I'm a big sports fanatic. That's one thing. I don't like to watch sports recorded and watch it.
Yeah.
Sports I have to watch live.
Yeah.
So while I'm watching it, I'll stay up all night and watch it. Then all of a sudden the alarm goes off and I'm up again in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm always losing sleep that way. So you can't go a lot of days without a full. I don't need 8 hours of sleep, but you need a good night's sleep.
And as we get older,
sleep's
really important.
It is. And as we get older, we find that it's harder and harder to fall asleep.
Oh, I know.
So I mean, I'm always joking about trying to find things to put me into a nice deep trance or whatever. So I try to stay away from shows that don't allow me to go to sleep.
Scrolling on your phone.
And all that doom scrolling or whatever they call it. Yeah, you got to stay away from all that stuff, and make sure the room is a certain lighting and all this other stuff. Because what I always have a problem with is in the summer I can hear kids yelling and having fun in the streets, and I'm thinking, I'm going to bed before everybody's kids are. And I'm 180 years old. This is not right.
That's so funny. That's a scream. Is there one? 33 years.
Yeah.
How can you pick one? Is there one most memorable thing that happened to you on the news?
Well, you know what? It's really hard to say, because I think that there are so many funny things that have happened, and we've had so many fun, interesting guests on the show with us, and local celebrities and that sort of stuff. To put my finger on one particular event, not really. I think one of the funniest things for working with someone like Matt, the two of us, we always say we were Seinfeld before Seinfeld came out, because we're always in situations where you're sitting somewhere and you're not supposed to laugh, and all I want to do is laugh, or all he wants to do is laugh. So I can't really name one. It's one situation where I thought, oh man, I couldn't stop laughing. It was the funniest thing going.
I love it when you laugh, when you do like just an outlandish laugh. I start laughing because I know that you're really having fun. And you two you spar back and forth.
Oh yeah.
He bugs you about your driving and your parking tickets?
Yes, I know. He loves to make fun of me that way. But that's the thing. I think that when you get into this business, you have to be thin-skinned about it and allow yourself. That doesn't bother me, because everybody can sort of relate to that sort of stuff that's happened to them. I think the funniest moments with us is that I am not good at remembering people's names. And we have had so many
and
people.
everybody knows you.
Yeah, they know my name, but I don't know theirs or remember theirs.
Yeah.
And I can remember situations where I've had conversations with people, but I can't remember their names.
Yeah.
So Matt loves it when we introduce people and we sit down and I call them by somebody else's name and they go, no, my name's John. And I say, oh, I'm so sorry.
And
I
you
don't
just
know
say,
what
when did you change your name?
Yeah, exactly. What happened?
Yeah.